Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. It's Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. And we begin with an opportunity for us Earthlings to get up close and personal with the largest planet in our solar system. Last night, Jupiter's orbit brought it closer than it's been in nearly 60 years. To be fair, it's still 367 million miles away. But because it will also reach opposition, meaning it appears to be directly opposite the sun, it will seem even bigger and brighter than normal. It's rare for those two things to happen at the same time. In fact, this great view, which will only last a few days, won't happen again for another 117 years. According to NASA, those with good binoculars can see the central band and 3 or 4 of Jupiter's 80 moons. And stargazers with telescopes at least 4 inches long should also be able to see Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a giant storm bigger than Earth that has raged for hundreds of years. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun and was named after the king of the ancient Roman gods because of its size, which is 11 times wider than Earth and more than twice as big as all the other planets in our solar system combined. A pretty cool discovery has been found at the bottom of a Wisconsin lake. It's a canoe, but not just any canoe. This one is estimated to be 3,000 years old. Scientists use carbon dating to determine its age and believe it's the oldest relic ever found in the Great Lakes region. The ancient boat was first discovered by a state archaeologist on a dive in May. Historians teamed up with local Native American authorities to work together and raise the rare piece from the water, which they did just last week. It's nearly 15 feet long and was likely made using stone tools to hollow out the trunk of an oak tree. This canoe, and another one estimated to be 1,000 years old found nearby last year, will be put on display at the future Wisconsin History Center when it opens in 2026. Among those competing in the World Surfing Games in Southern California last weekend were 6 members of the surf team from Ukraine. The small group used to surf off the beaches of the Black Sea in Odessa, wearing thick wetsuits as protection from the frigid, icy water. But since Russia's invasion, it's too dangerous to go in the water there. These athletes have been living outside their country for a while, so that's why they were able to travel to sunny Huntington Beach, but say their thoughts are often with family and friends back in Ukraine. They did receive a warm welcome at the event's opening ceremonies, and the International Surfing Association president acknowledged what these surfers are going through, saying to them, "You're here. You're sending a message to the world." Hopes for a 4-day work week and maybe eventually a 4-day school week may be gaining some traction. About 70 companies in Britain are giving it a try, and halfway through the 6-month trial, the New York Times reports that most say they've had no drop in productivity. In fact, some are seeing a big improvement when compared to a 5-day week. Workers say they have more time to exercise, spend time with family, and just relax. The possibility of a 4-day school week has been discussed for years and is now getting real-world testing in districts with COVID-related staffing shortages. Pre-pandemic research from the Harvard Graduate School of Education in 2018 pointed out the benefits of this schedule, like improving school attendance and teacher recruitment. But the research also showed one less day of school can be a challenge for working parents, and any financial savings for the schools was quite small. And the secret is out. We now know who will be the featured entertainer at the Super Bowl's halftime show. It's been confirmed that singer Rihanna will take the stage for Super Bowl 57, which takes place February 12th in Glendale, Arizona. She dropped a big hint Sunday when she posted a photo on Twitter of her right hand holding up an NFL football and said simply, "Let's go." That's it for KidNuz. A big thank you to all the generous donors who help keep KidNuz on the air and ad-free for everyone. If you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation, just go to our website, kidnuz.org. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. Which planet is now closer to Earth than it's been in nearly 60 years? Jupiter. How old is the canoe just removed from a lake in Wisconsin? 3,000 years. Where did the Ukrainian surf team used to practice their sport? In the Black Sea. Who will headline the Super Bowl halftime show? Rihanna. In our KidNuz Kicker, fans of the Paddington films will have to wait a little longer for the third movie in the series. Titled Paddington in Peru, work on the film won't begin in London and Peru until sometime next year. The character is based on a book from 1958 about a bear who arrives in London from somewhere in darkest Peru. The last time Paddington was on screen was in a video from earlier this year, having tea with the late Queen Elizabeth as part of the celebration for her 70 years on the throne. Before we go, we want to give a big KidNuz shout-out to some of our terrific teachers. Miss Champion and her Jaguars at San Joaquin Elementary in Stockton, California. Mom, a.k.a. Katie, at the Magnolia Homeschool in Louisville, Kentucky. Miss White and her respectful rock stars at Stevensbrook Elementary in Bridgeton, Maine. Miss Wood and her Mustangs at New Bloomfield Elementary in New Bloomfield, Pennsylvania. And Ms. Kim and the Lions at Winchester Christian Academy in Winchester, Tennessee. Thanks for listening. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.